the Home Minister yesterday spoke about the fact that if the Sioux community violates the agreement, the government will crack down on it very hard. And today, as per the report which has been published in the Hindu, the Hindu report says that Kuki groups in Manipur deny violation of grounds rule under suspension of operations pact. What do you have to say about this, Dr. Haokip?
You know, yeah, there is an expectation that the shoe groups should follow ground rules. But first of all, let's also look into the situation in the valley also. More than 2,500 weapons has been handed over to the public. This has not been questioned at all. We should look into the unequal arms or military build-up between the valley and the hills also. While you allow such kind of mayhem happening in the valley, while in the hills you are always speaking about the militant groups. And 10 days back, the chief minister himself has confirmed that the Sioux groups are in their camps, their weapons are intact. So it's the duty of the state government and the central government to look into whether they have followed the ground rules. And in the meantime, I hope we should also question the role of Arabai Tengol and Mete Lipun in this, and who are responsible for letting all this weapon let loose, and these are responsible for attacking so many villages, thousands of villages in the hills also, in the foothills particularly. So this equality we have to question about the militant groups as well as the so-called radical groups in the valley. Unless you address these two issues equally, then I think probably there's not going to be a kind of peace and security prevailing in this state.
What is the road ahead you see after the announcement which has been made by Home Minister Amit Shah? Do you think that there's enough carrot and stick policy which is there in the announcement, which will see to it that normalcy returns in the state of Manipur? Or you see that or you feel that a lot more needs to be done before we see any semblance of peace returning to Manipur, sir?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you very much for inviting me. And first of all, I must say that what had happened in the state of Manipur was very, very unfortunate, and the damage that was done by this violence, it affected the both sides in equal measures. I must say that. And regarding the role of the central government, and especially with the visit of the honorable Home Minister to Manipur, and he also visited various parts of Manipur, it was a very I must say that we are really happy that at least the Home Minister and the Minister of Home State also visited the state of Manipur, and they spent several days in the state of Manipur. And yesterday, and what we have seen various announcements made by the home ministers, I am very, very, very hopeful that the measures that has been taken up by the government of India, I think these measures will be very, very helpful in bringing normalcy in the state. Because some of the important steps that was announced by the government, say for example, the government has now decided to set up a judicial committee or inquiry committee. So this is a very welcome step. And at the same time, now the Home Minister also has assured that the Central Bureau of Investigation will be investigating into into some of the individuals who are some way or the other involved in this kind of incidents. And despite of the other measures that for example the setting up of peace committees. These are very, very welcome development. At least someone who has been watching Manipur for a quite long time, I think the announcement made by the Home Minister, I think it is a very, very welcome development. And I also hope that this will help bring at least some kind of normalcy
Okay.
in the state in the
Okay.
next few weeks
Okay.
from now.
You heard what the Home Minister had to say yesterday. The Sioux groups about how arms should be returned. Otherwise, from today onwards, a combing operation will start. We have also seen him, telling the Sioux groups not to violate the agreement which has been reached between the tripartite agreement, and if that is done, then the center is going to crack down hard on them. And also about the bordering, the fencing of Burma and all. How hopeful are you, sir, post the announcement which has been made by the Home Minister that normalcy will return to the state of Manipur? You feel that still a lot more needs to be done before we can say that?
I think I must say that given the kind of situations that we are in, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
What I'm saying is, given the kind of situation that we are in for the last 1 month, the announcement by the Union Home Minister is definitely I should say in the positive directions, but I think there needs to be more needs to be done. I think I wish that he was more forthcoming in terms of certain issues, which I feel that during the press conference, what I heard, he should have been more forthcoming in terms of the involvement of the foreign elements. This is a serious thing. You know that today in Hindu newspaper, there's leakage of army officers who are commanding units of military and paramilitary forces in Manipur,
Yes.
or belonging to the Meitei communities, have been leaked out. It is not the only thing. The itinerary of the Home Ministers was shared by the same set of people on social media and so on. So either you call it an intelligent failure, so the security has been jeopardized like this. So I think he should have been more forthcoming when we deal with the, say, terrorists and the armed intruders from the Western Front, whether you're dealing in Kashmir or in Punjab. Government of India is more forthcoming in announcing that so and so has infiltrated, and we are tracking them down, or so and so has been gunned down by the UN security forces. I think the Home Minister wasn't. There have been a lot of talks among, including the Manipur government, saying that the issue has getting complicated because of the involvement. There's this allegation of the external elements coming in. I think that should have been more forthcoming to control this. That's one part that I wasn't very fully happy with that. But otherwise, the setting up of the judicial inquiry, that's better. I mean, I was wishing for a Supreme Court to do that, but I hope that terms and condition of that inquiry, I'm waiting for it. It should track down the root, as he said. And that part of the statement by the Home Minister, I welcome it. It's a right directions to do it and fix responsibility, whoever it is, whichever community. And it must also fix the abject failure of the state. When I say state, please do not read only the state government. I am talking according to the Article 12 of the Indian Constitution, what state means. This judicial inquiry must fix responsibility and look into the, all the relevant information on this failure of the state, of the Union government and the government of Manipur, for allowing this mayhem to go on for a month. And the fact that the violence erupted as the Home Minister was visiting, these are definitely telling you that this violence is not mere more violence. There are more to this than meets the eye. The fact that intelligence have been leaked out, army officers have been enlisted. In fact, some of these academics from the tribal community even named some of them on national TV yesterday. I heard them. And not only naming them openly, but also casting aspersions. Where did they get this information from? Who supplied them this information? The army is not enough to condemn it. They must investigate.
These are very valid questions, Doctor. Dr. Bimol, these are very valid questions.